Hello, everybody. Happy, what day is today? Happy Wednesday. And happy day 5 of Spring into Action at 31 days to a simpler menopause. I'm super excited. And today is one of my favorite topics ever because we're talking about the power of fiber. Fiber is I live my whole life on fiber because, right, all I eat are plants and vegetables and fruits and all that fun stuff. But fiber is so amazing. So welcome. I'm so excited you're here. We have been talking about paying attention to what our body is telling us, how food affects us, and even how our thoughts are responsible for all of our choices, our lack of choices, and all of that. And we're going to be diving into even more of that as we go along. But today we are talking about one of the most underrated yet most powerful nutrients for menopause, for weight loss, for your hormones, for your overall health. And that is with a big capital F, it is fiber, right? And before you think, oh great, another talk about fiber, let me tell you this. If you are struggling with weight gain, if you are struggling with cravings, if you are struggling with bloating, if you're struggling with a sluggish digestion, fiber needs to become your new best friend. If you are struggling with a lot of menopause symptoms in general, fiber needs to become your best friend. Here's the wild thing too. I love to actually talk about this. Fiber is a carbohydrate. So many people want to talk about going low carb and cut fiber out. It doesn't make any sense at all. And before we go any further, I do want to say I am talking about fiber from food, not from the form of a supplement. Our body does not absorb it in the same way. If you're eating a bunch and you want to supplement it on top of that, good for you. I don't think it's necessary, but you go for it. But please do not think that a fiber supplement is giving you all the same things that eating whole food plant foods do. Okay. So fiber is one of the most nutrient dense, calorie light foods you can eat in general, not all of them, of course, but if you cut out fiber, if you're not putting fiber on your plate, for you to get full, you are replacing it with something much more calorie dense. That is a terrible strategy for weight loss. Now, fiber is about way more than just digestion as well. It plays a major role in weight loss and appetite control. Fiber fills you up with fewer calories, making it easier to eat less, but yet not feel deprived. You do not have to walk around starving to lose weight. And if you're doing that in menopause, you're probably stressing your body out. It's also good for blood sugar balance. It slows how quickly sugars hit your bloodstream, preventing crashes and cravings and 3 a.m. wake-ups. It also, for your gut health and hormone support, fiber feeds your good gut bacteria, which helps to manage your hormones, inflammation, and even your metabolism. And then it helps with estrogen detoxification. Your body needs fiber to clear out excess estrogen, right? Which is crucial in menopause when your hormone levels are fluctuating. And excess estrogen is not going to do your body any good. You might be like, no, I want to hold on to it. No, we want to get rid of the excess. Okay. Digestive health. Of course, most of people know, even if they don't know much about fiber, know that fiber helps prevent constipation, bloating, and a sluggish digestive system in general. If your gut is not performing well, that is a sign that your whole body is probably not overly healthy, right? Your gut is a determining factor in your health. Now, the problem is this: most women do not get enough. The goal is, before menopause, 25 grams. I've seen 30 grams for peri and postmenopausal women, but most people are getting about 10 to 15. Now me, and I'm not saying I want you to count at all. I'm going to tell you how to do it so you don't have to count. I couldn't tell you what I eat, but I only eat plants. So I don't really have to stress about it. And before you even start thinking about, because people will tell you insoluble fiber, soluble fiber, don't even go there. Right now, don't even care. If you have specific issues, you reach out and we'll talk about what, like different types of fiber. But you don't need to track any of that. All plants have fiber and only plants have fiber. You just need to eat more fiber. Okay. So the goal for you is to get to the point where you're eating half your plate in plants. If you do that, fiber takes care of itself. Okay. So here's how to add more fiber without making it complicated. When you start your day, make sure there's fiber. So if you are eating oatmeal, make sure you've got some fruit in there. You could add flax seeds. You could add chia seeds, right? Berries. Today I had sunflower buttered toast, a little side of lentils, and 2 big sumo oranges. That was my breakfast. That's lots of fiber. Okay? But starting your day with fiber, and of course, protein, which we're going to be talking about tomorrow, very important for setting you up for success. Okay. Then throughout your day, just like we don't hold off on protein till the end of the day, we don't hold off on fiber till the end of the day. We want to eat it at every single meal. So throughout your day, eat more whole plant-based foods. Now, are these going to have carbohydrates? They are. Your body wants these carbohydrates. We're going to have a whole day where we're talking about carbohydrates. Don't you worry. But we want to eat lentils. We want to eat beans. We want to eat veggies. We want to eat nuts. All of those are great sources of fiber. And when you get lentils and beans, those are also a great source of protein on top of it. Fruit. Fruit is fiber. And one of the reasons that the sugar in fruit doesn't affect you the same way is because of the fiber. Fiber is just such an amazing thing. It slows down how the sugar that naturally occurs in fruit hits your body, so it doesn't have the same effect. It doesn't cause the spikes and the crashes like a cupcake might. Okay? That is why fruit is not a bad thing. Fruit is not making you gain weight. Carbohydrates in the whole food form, in the complex carbohydrate world are not making you gain weight either. Okay. So fiber, we want plants to be the star of the show. Now, we're still going to have our protein on there. We might still have, which we're going to talk about in just a second, some carbohydrates, some rice, some potatoes, some starchy vegetables. We'll have our plate non-starchy vegetables, broccoli, spinach, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, green beans, gosh, I can't even think, peppers, onions, mushrooms, fungi, I know, but they still have good fiber, right? It's amazing, all the different ones that exist. So don't think that by having plants as half your plate, you're actually going to be devoid of diversity. There are so many different plants. Then you can swap your grains if you're going to have those on your plate. Refined grains for whole grains. Instead of white rice, brown rice, pasta or bread, you can go for quinoa, brown rice, or legume or whole grain options for those. And then you can look at your snacks. Have fruit with nuts, have hummus with veggies, a handful of almonds with some strawberries instead of our processed snacks, right? Most of our processed food is going to be very devoid of fiber. And even if you are getting those fiber 1 bars or whatever, it's processed, ladies. It's not the same thing as what you would eat in the whole food form. Our body will always absorb more from whole foods. Now, if you're not eating a lot of veggies, if you're not eating a lot of fruits, if you're not eating a lot of whole grains, you do want to increase fiber slowly. Too much too fast will cause bloating. Your gut, as much as it loves it, does need a little bit of time to get used to it. So add a little bit and drink more water to help with digestion. Now, most importantly, I want you to start looking at how does fiber make me feel? Do I have more energy? Do I have better digestion? Do I have fewer cravings? This is about learning what works for your body. Could there be some vegetables that don't digest as well for you? Like say ones in the cruciferous family? For some people, absolutely. Now, a lot of you might say, oh, I can't eat broccoli. But that's usually, not always, but a lot of the time because you might have been eating them raw. Some veggies in raw form are going to cause more digestive upset. So if you eat a lot of salads and you feel like that doesn't digest well, try eating some cooked veggies. It changes everything. I eat a ton of vegetables. As I said, that's all I eat is fruit and vegetables and all plants. But I don't eat a lot of raw. I eat a lot of raw fruit, but I don't eat a lot of raw veggies. It's just not something I do. And I love cooked broccoli. I don't like raw broccoli. So anyway, and I'm not devoid of any nutrition in any way, shape, or form. So today's challenge, your experiment, your exercise for day 5 here is to add one fiber-rich food to your next meal. And then your experiment, your exercise after that is to add it to your next meal. Start looking at, do I have any meals where I don't have any fiber? Maybe that's the meal to start with, right? If you're having it at all meals, how can I up that amount? What's the first step? Do I maybe need to go grocery shopping because I don't have any fruits or vegetables in my house? That's okay. Figure out where you need to start. What is a fiber rich? What is a plant food that you love or that you want to try? It is a great place to start. Absolutely great place. Okay. So that was day 5 for you guys. If this sounds completely off the wall and you're like, I can't even imagine eating half my plate in veggies. I can't even imagine doing it 3 meals a day. If you're just not sure how you can get nutrition working for you, don't forget that I offer free consults. So we can help you figure out what's going on, what it would look like for you to change some of the patterns, right? So if you want to stop guessing and start feeling better, let's have a consultation. Just send me a DM. Comment consultation in the comments here, and we'll schedule a time and we'll just talk about it and we'll figure out what your next steps will be going forward. Now tomorrow's an important one as well. Tomorrow we're going to talk about protein because it is important, but you notice what I talked to you about first, which is fiber, because I don't want you to downplay its importance. All right, you guys, have a good rest of the day.